So a gentleman who come to my event on Sunday asked me to make this video, so I'm making it for him. And this is for many people all around the world, and it was my dream to get to this point. One of my dreams, guys, was to overcome my terrifying fear of traveling to another country by myself, so that I could do it, enjoy it, and be able to share this with people, because it took me 20 years. So hopefully it won't take you that long. So he asked me, could I do a video? Could I break down step by step how I'd done it? So I'm happy to do it. Just give me a few seconds, because it's been a long day. I've done a lot of videos before this. Right, so two trips to Germany and a trip to Latvia. How did I do it, being that I was terrified of it? And you know, fear always represents something, and for me it represented a lot of fears I had in my childhood, a lot of demons, a lot of blocks. Probably, I think one of the things I remember, I think when I was very young, I was a small boy. I got a recollection, this is very vague, but I remember getting lost. I think probably lost from my mum and dad, or from family, my nan. And I remember in that moment panicking, being frightened as a kid, you know, that sort of feeling when you kind of feel temporarily that you've lost your family and you're not gonna see them again, and you don't know where you are, and that terrifying fear comes up. So that definitely contributed to some of the over-exaggeration of my mind frightening me to death without traveling. Second one triggered on one of my character weaknesses that I've made a strength now. I've worked on it, and that is I didn't like stress and responsibility. So I didn't really like things like dealing with, you know, the passport, having to check in, booking, flying, dealing with people, dealing with authority, big crowds of people in an airport. It kind of stressed me out. So that played on a big part of my fears and my anxiety and stuff from childhood. And I guess a lot of that went back to times where I felt dumb at school, where I didn't get things straight away. Other kids got things quicker than me, and then I got teased, I got laughed, I got bullied. So a lot of me not traveling was unconsciously old childhood fears of where I felt that I was stupid, I was dumb, I couldn't learn things, I wasn't very technological, couldn't fill forms out. A lot of it goes back to my anxieties of, you know, believing the lie, I won't be able to handle it. Yep, I can't handle the stress of traveling. What if I get lost? Can't handle it. What if I lose my passport? Or what if I get at the airport and I can't find my plane on time, and I miss my flight and I look stupid? Or what if I just panic, you know, with flying on a new plane? Or what if I get to a new country and I just can't communicate, I can't connect with people, or I can't talk to people because I'm too nervous or too shy? A lot of what ifs and buts and all that kind of stuff. So what I done is, to begin with, to help this gentleman, I drew back to the truth, strengths. Now, and I look at all the things that I've succeeded. This is where my good self-esteem comes in. Well, I built a successful business. I've been in the boxing ring, I had a boxing fight, I've helped a lot of people. I've overcome so many fears that took a lot of courage that I didn't think I could do, and I've done them. So why can't I travel? Many of my clients have traveled. I've coached them on how to overcome fears in their life that I've overcome, that were difficult for them initially till they got my coaching. So if I can be successful in so many areas where I was so frightened, I didn't believe in myself, and I achieved it, why can't I do it in this area? And I said to myself, well, I can do it. Also, you know, go back to my faith, praying. So getting my mind right was the first thing I had to do. I had to create a vision. I had to get my mind right and create a vision of a man who did it successfully. So I had to see myself doing it, feel into my heart and believe I could do it, go for a couple of boxing workouts on the bag to give me that confidence and strength, and get my mind right and get me in the right place spiritually to take on these imaginary demons that don't exist in reality, but they exist in my head and my emotions and my past. So I had to go back to some of my past and clean a few things up, clean some of the dirty laundry that needs to be cleaned. So I did that. Now, on a practical level, I systematically had to break down the trip into small steps to break down the big fearful monster that was frightening me and threatening me and calling me heinous names that weren't true. So what I done was got the first part out of the way, which is obviously booking the flight online. I had a friend to help me to do that initially for the trip in Germany, because I couldn't do it myself. So once the actual flight was booked and I had the app, I knew the time, I knew the location, I'd go over it meticulously. Right, how do I get to Germany? What airport have I got to go to, or what place initially in London? All right, go to Victoria. When I get to Victoria, I'm going to ask someone. Right, I'm in Victoria, I've got to fly to Germany. what train goes to the airport, whether it's Gatwick or Luton or I think it was Stansted, the first one. So I plan it out, you know, obviously be meticulous. I over-exaggerate the trip by memorizing, studying. So when it comes to the day, one step at a time. So it's like, okay, I've got to get to Victoria, step one. Obviously, and you know, pack all my bag, change my Euros up, put the clean clothes in for the trip, get my phone, my headphones. So just basic things, one step at a time. So by the time it comes to the trip, I've over prepared for it. I've exaggerated. I've made it like it's going to be so frightening. I'm ready for it. So because I'm mentally prepared for war in my own anxieties, not real way in my mind, when I get there, I'm like, this is not as bad as I thought it was. So I expect the worst, prepare for the worst, and then it's not as bad. And a lot of the boxing and the sparring, a lot of coaching, running a business, gave me the tools already to handle these things. And when I come to it, I actually loved it. People were very friendly. Anytime I was stuck, I encourage you to do it. Forget always trying to do it on the apps and the phone. That can be a nightmare, right? Go and ask someone. And it's a great chance to connect and talk to real people anyway. So I'd go to the airport and say, excuse me, I'm looking for a flight. What's the number? Oh, it's here, sir. The flight 7543, whatever the number. Oh, yeah, okay, where's... Oh, I found the flight. Oh, I know the time. Oh, the gate. The gate's going to open in an hour. Sit down and get a coffee. So that's how I done it. I just took one step at a time, you know. When we're facing a big fear, we break it down. Right, the first step is going online, booking the flight. Step one, done. Bang, that's out of the way. The second step is changing up my you know, British money to euros. Right, find a place, get a good exchange rate. I found a good one in Covent Garden. Go there, change euros up. Right, I've got my euros now. Put them safe. I've got my passport ready. So it's preparation at every stage. You know, and then obviously, for some reason, thank God, I don't really have a fear of flying, which I'm surprised. So, you know, once I got on the plane again, and that's how I done it. You know, you do it by getting your mind right, creating a vision. Your vision and your why has got to be bigger than your fears and insecurities, otherwise your fears will talk you out. And then you physically do it. So I went to Germany twice. The second time I went, I was less nervous because I had the experience the first time. When I went to Latvia, I wasn't even close, half as nervous because I had the experience of going to Germany. The next trip I'll do, I'll be even more confident because I've got the momentum. That's how I've done it. That's how anyone can do it. It's a mindset, it's a heart set. Now, you guys are probably going to start laughing, but I'm serious. If you physically can't travel because of your fear, book a coaching session. I can coach you over a Zoom call, do a paid coaching session, or a coaching session in person, sit down over coffee, and I will mentor you mentally and emotionally in person. You'll have a powerful experience. It's always more powerful when you do a coaching session with me in person than it is over the YouTube. And I'm a lot better looking in person. Sometimes these cameras don't always show the truth. That's a good one. I don't really mean, I kind of mean that as a little bit of a joke in that, but that's the Irish in me. I've got good humour. Also having fun. Don't take yourself too serious, because often we take it too serious. Life's too short to be worrying about the fear of travelling. So I'm going to enjoy it, and I absolutely loved it. So that's how I've done it. Anyone can do it. Hope that helps. Let me know in the box below if this has given you a lot of confidence. This is my confidence coaching right here. It can help you to overcome pretty much any anxiety. Let me know in the thoughts box below. I know some of you have already overcome your fears of travelling due to my coaching videos, my story, or my events, or you've taken a 6 weeks confidence program or a year program. And my clients have also done the same as well, right? Speak to you soon. Hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate the support. Bye.